so let's make a tier list for all of the Katarina skins we have, right? As someone who's been literally playing this game forever, Katarina since season 4, and it's been that long, I think I have a general idea of which Katarina skin goes where on the list, all right? So we got S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and D tier. All right, so Sandstorm Cat. I feel like Sandstorm, it's one of the older skins, but it is a classic, right? Now, the thing that makes Sandstorm skin the best, or one of the better skins, is because she actually has a custom emote on it. I believe it's Taunt or Dance, either one of them. And that's like the only skin with like a custom emote, right? So I would say it's A or B tier, maybe like B tier. I think it might be B tier. I don't really like how the daggers feel. It just like you can tell the daggers are like too thin when you're holding it and throwing it and all that stuff. And it kind of has like the normal cat particles, which is okay. But you can tell what shape, size your dagger is like the more you play cat. You really can, between all the skins. Her dagger doesn't feel as good to use. Only putting her up there just because she has the custom emote. Next is going to be Project. Project skin is actually one of her better skins for sure. The particles are good. It all meshes really well together. And it was my favorite skin for like the longest time. The daggers feel good. When you pick up a dagger, it just like the effect that happens just makes sense. Like everything just meshes really well together. So I actually think it might be like S tier. I think we put it S tier. Honestly, like the Project skin, just everything about it is just done right. So put it S tier. And then you got High Command. You know, I used to really like High Command. A lot of the old skins are they have that nice classic feel to them. And High Command does have that as well. But compared to the other skins, High Command doesn't really have too much. Like, it's almost just like she's just wearing a different outfit. Actually, that's kind of what skins are. But yeah, High Command doesn't feel too different from the classic, even with the color scheme and everything. And when it comes to the dagger, it sort of feels like Sandstorm. So the dagger to me doesn't feel that good, and I don't think her skin really like differentiates herself a lot from like just the original skin. So I have to put it maybe either C or D. I think it's D tier. It's D tier. Battle skin. Okay, so battle skin, all of her particles are great. It's one of the skins. It's one of the more recent skins. So then like when you ult, you get like all those really cool anime effects, and I think that's a really good addition. So, and also like the dagger feels right. And a lot of the chromas too. The dagger is very visible on the ground. I think this skin just has a lot. So I would definitely put it S tier. But is it better than Project? Yeah, I think so. Mainly because Battle sounds like it hurts more than Project, right? It feels like you're doing some big damage. And you also feel like some kind of anime character. So I'll put Battle on top of S. Next is going to be Mercenary. I think Mercenary is underrated. Very underrated. I've always liked the skin because the color scheme is just super nice on the skin. Like the mix of like the white, the black, and the green. Even though it's basically a recoloring of the old skin, I just love the color scheme. I think it's done really well and it just looks fucking badass, you know? How do I describe this? It's almost like an outcast kind of skin, you know? Like a little gangster. Does that make sense? It has that type of feel to it, so when you use it, you kind of feel badass, right? So that definitely goes in A. I personally like this skin a lot. Warring Kingdom. Warring Kingdom, I really like the outfit. And the boobs really check out. If you want some fan service in a skin, I think Warring Kingdom really delivers. The chroma, the gold chroma is just beautiful, right? The gold chroma on a skin, on any Katarina skin, is just great. I think that puts it an A tier, and above Mercenary, but I don't think it makes it S tier. The particles on it are great. Like when you throw a dagger or something, you see like the flowers coming in, and it just looks really cool. And the gold chroma pushes it up even higher. But the skin on its own, it's kind of still a lot like the classic skin, and I don't think it really gives you too much of it like on a skin compared to like Battle and Project. So Warring's A. Now we got Blood Moon. Blood Moon skin, it has a lot of great particles. It's the most recent skin that Riot released. And a lot of the particles are really cool. And there's little like details to the skin that, make it even cooler. So for example, whenever you pick up a dagger, it makes kind of like a flute noise. And then if you pick up 3 daggers, it like each dagger makes a different note of a flute noise. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I did make a video on it, and that's one of the things that I mentioned. So the little details make it nice. So, it kind of does belong in A. But the feel of the skin, it doesn't feel very good, in my opinion. It feels a little bit, I can't really describe it, but it feels off in some way. It doesn't feel as good to play as the other skins. So, to be honest, A tier, but under Mercenary. We got the Halloween skin. We got Red Card Cat. Red Card Cat, personally, I'm not a big fan of the skin. A lot of people actually like this skin, but to me, it just seems like is it a recolor? It just feels too much like the classic skin. All she is wearing like a ref suit. So I'm not a big fan of this skin at all. I would put it C though. Just because it's a classic skin. It's one of the rare ones too. It's really hard to get, So it has some value to it, but it's nothing special. Deathsworn. Deathsworn. I actually like Deathsworn a lot. Deathsworn's pretty cool. But like the feel of it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel as good to use compared to like Battle and Project for sure. You don't feel like you're doing too much damage on Deathsworn either. It has that like ghost magic-y feel to it. And because of that, it does feel a little bit more smoother. But I think something just feels off about it. I don't really think it's like S tier. It's like either A or B. Like even the dagger itself on this skin, it almost feels like paper, I wish the dagger felt a little thicker, right? Okay, the Deathsworn's aesthetic is pretty nice, and I like when you ult and when you pick up a dagger, it kind of has that like ghosty feel to it. So, you do have a point there. I do think Deathsworn is better than Blood Moon. So maybe I could put it here. It's either here or here. Do I think it's better than Mercenary? I don't think so. I think Mercenary is better than Deathsworn. I think it goes here. I think that feels about right. Bilgewater. Bilgewater skin, you know, it's one of those classic skins that actually is pretty cool because you're a fucking pirate. The daggers feel nice. It's close to the classic, but you can feel there's a slight difference. It's mainly the outfit that makes it good because she's a fucking pirate. So, for that simple reason, she's over here. It's a pretty good skin, pretty solid. Now, Slaybell. Now we're getting into the fan service skins. Slaybell Cat is... Me personally, I don't like the skin. I don't like to use it a lot because... I mean, I guess this is a personal opinion, but anytime I use it outside of Christmas, it just feels off. It's so Christmassy that like it makes it hard to almost play it when it's not Christmas. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I mean, the outfit is great, you know? Fun fact, long time ago, when they first released the skin, her recall was different. And then they had to switch it because it was causing some controversy. So originally, Slaybell skin actually had a pole, like a candy cane pole, and she would like dance around it like she was stripping. And then she would recall, and then she would go back to base, right? But now she just cuts the pole and then just does her little dumb pose and then goes back. That brings it down a lot. It could have been better. It was something that I wanted to keep, but you know, people were complaining because Katarina is sort of like the main villain, or like the kind of the alpha girl of like the cast, and they didn't want to sexualize her. People didn't want to sexualize her like that and kind of make her seem like a skank. You know, it kind of brings down the power that she has, that she's supposed to like have. Does that make sense? So kind of tough in terms of the daggers and picking it up and stuff like that. That shit's kind of mad too. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the skin. So it's either C or B. I think it's better than Red Card. But is it better than Sandstorm? I might have to put it here. C. C tier? Top of C tier. Okay, last skin. We have Katarina's, the kitty cat Katarina. This is like full fan service. Everyone wants to see kitty cat Katarina, right? Like everyone wants to see Katarina in like a kitty suit, a fur kitty suit with the tail, with the ears, right? I mean, I like the idea of it. It is also very old skin, which means that when you see it in game, it doesn't look as good. It doesn't. This is definitely there for the fan service, but like when you play her in game, it doesn't deliver. It's basically the classic cat skin. It's the same deal. I don't know. I'm not that big of a fan of it. Feels the same. Doesn't look that good in game, but it is rare. I'll give it that. Right? I think it's better than Red Card. Now, is it better than Slaybell? I actually think Slaybell is better due to the particles. Slaybell just looks nicer, right? I think I put it here. I think this tier list is pretty solid, actually. D tier is high command. On C, you got Slaybell, Kitty Cat, and Red Card. B tier, you got Bilgewater and Sandstorm. So you can tell like most of the old skins are at the bottom. A tier, you have Warren Kingdom, you have Mercenary, Deathsworn, and Blood Moon. Now, Mercenary is an old skin, but it's still an A tier because of it's a fucking classic, dude. I don't know. This might be the first Katarina skin that came out, just because it's just a straight recoloring. Now, I could be wrong, but due to the look of the skin, that's what it looks like, right? So it's like a fucking classic skin, and it still is a great skin just due to the coloring. It was her original design. Ah, I see. Wait, that makes it even more badass. I guess she was originally supposed to have white hair and stuff. Dude, yeah. That just makes me like the skin more. So, Mercenary definitely deserved up there, even though it's an old skin. And then you have Battle, and then you have Project. Battle and Project, undoubtedly S tier. Project is just done super well, and so is Battle. But Battle beats Project due to just like the little extra stuff that you get from Battle. So I think Battle is just the best skin that Katarina has. I was hung up on it for a while. Like, I would only play Battle. The daggers are very visible too. And when you pick it up, like, it has that cool anime slashing effect. Like, the effects are just cool on it. Yeah, I think this is exactly what my tier list is. Pretty solid.